Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. And today I will be reviewing the Islander ISL 26. So this is yet another release by Mark from Long Island Watches. A few months back I reviewed the ISL 09 and I'll put a link to that watch in the description. And then the other day I reviewed the ISL 18 and I also will put a link in the description. Here we have, like I mentioned, the ISL 26, and man, he is so prolific over there, Mark. I mean, there's watches upon watches. Like I think he's got over 30, easily over 30 models out. And he started off with the SKX style, right? Then he went over to some styles, turtle styles, turtle Seiko turtle looking styles, and then he did some Flieger or pilot's watches, which was pretty cool. So now he's experimenting with the samurai style watch, and this watch definitely packs a lot of punch for the price. And I'd like to thank Random Rob for lending this watch in. It's a tour watch with other members of the Patreon group that he heads. So thanks again for lending this in and making this available for review. But before I continue with my review, please remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon to get updates when I upload new videos. I love making these videos and I hope you like them too. So let's get on with the review. So let's run down the specs, shall we? We have a 42mm case diameter, 14mm case thickness. The lug to lug is 48mm and the lug width is 22 milliliters. And this, let's talk about the bracelet real quick first here. This is some bracelet. It is a really hefty, robust bracelet for sure, and it tapers down here to about 20 millimeters, and you have this milled clasp, and you have the double deployment buttons here and the fold over for extra security. You know, I reviewed the 18 ISL 18 the other day, like I mentioned earlier, and I noticed that that watch and this watch, you know, the clasp is kind of like low profile, not meaning low, but meaning like, you know, it's inconspicuous. It's very small. I think I would have liked to seen maybe something bigger, with more micro adjusts. You have 3 micro adjusts here, maybe a couple more would balance out the bracelet. I feel, especially this big, thick bracelet. You do have solid end links and solid links and screwed in links there, so very nice. You know, I'm able to get a pretty good fit on the watch, but those extra micro adjusts, you know, would probably seal the deal. Um, you have the screw down case back with the Islander 200-meter sapphire and island watch etched in, as well as the island of Long Island and the symbol of the Islander right there. Speaking of the symbol, it is right there on the crown guard as well. And this does, like I mentioned, have a 200-meter water resistance screwed in at the 3 o'clock with some crown guards there. The first position will wind the watch, and we might as well talk about the movement while I'm talking about winding the watch here. We have the NH36 movement with the day and date complication. And so even getting further deeper with the movement here, you know, it's got a 41-hour power reserve, a 24 joule movement, 21,600 beats per hour. So pretty good movement there. The second position will change the date and the day. I know I did that backwards. Sorry, guys. And then the last position will hack the seconds, and you could set the time. Now, setting the time, you know, I'm jumping around here, but the big elephant in the room is this dial and the hour indices and the hands. The hands are blacked out, right? So there's no lume on the hands or the hour indices. Why? Because this white dial is actually a fully loomed dial. And I will show what the lume looks like at the end of the video, because if that's your thing, this has the thing that's your thing. You know what I mean? Like this will make you happy if you are a lume junkie. I'm not particularly a lume junkie. I do like a good lume, but there's some guys out there who love lume. You also have lume here with the numbers here and the indices in the ceramic bezel insert. It is 120 click. Nice, good feel for the bezel turning there. Pretty grippy knurl on the bezel, so to help with a good action there. And the chapter ring is polished stainless steel, so no issues with chapter ring alignment, which is always great. The case is polished stainless steel, 316L, I believe. And the bracelet that I failed to mention, it is you have the satin look to the bracelet. It's brushed, but you do have the polished ends here of the links. So just a nice little contrast a little bit with the light when you look at different angles. You do have a AR coated double dome sapphire crystal, which is pretty typical for Mark and his lineup here. And speaking of typical, so in comparison to the Seiko Samurai, this watch will MSRP around $319, and you can find a Seiko Samurai on Amazon for close to around $300. But what you're not going to get, the day function, right? Because they have the 4R35, which in essence is almost like the, or is like the NH35. So you're not going to get the day, you're just going to get the date. You're going to get a hard Lex crystal, not the sapphire crystal too. So, and I doubt you're going to get the ceramic bezel. You're probably going to get an aluminum bezel on that too as well. So, a lot of bang for your buck here with this watch. Drilled hole at the lugs here. Now, it's a very interesting shape, the case. It's not typical of, referring back to Seiko, it's not typical of their lineup. Their cases don't really typically look like this, although they have some different styles and looks to their cases in the affordable diver range, but you don't really see anything like this. Got to be honest, the shape is not for me, but everything else works, man. You get, like I said, you get a lot of watch for the price. Now I'm gonna bring in the ISL 18, and this is not necessarily a comparison video. I didn't want to come off that way, but I just want to show two of his latest releases side by side, and what a great job that he does. And they're different enough here that you can probably rock these two in a collection because of the different case shape, the loom. You're not going to get that loom in the bezel here insert with the 18. You will get it with the 26. The bracelet's a little bit different. Now this watch is a little bit heavier, and so I can recommend this watch maybe for somebody as low as a 6.5-inch wrist, but lower would be tough because it does weigh a lot. I mean, you're looking at over 200 grams, so you'll definitely notice a bigger difference, or at least I did, compared to this watch over here. Anyway, guys, let me give you guys a Loom Shot. So just bear with me real quick here. I think these guys have had enough light to pick up the loom, and there you go. Wow, look at that. Look at that. I mean, they both look great, but look at the ISL 26, the samurai style. Look at that loom and the way it reflects inside the chapter ring, and the way the domed crystal kind of plays with that light. Really beautifully done. Awesome job by Mark over at Long Island Watch. And guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video.